Cannon，我哋準備坐船啦，睇海灘溝啊！各位睇海灘溝啊！嗱，佢真嘅，佢披嗰個頭咧睇唔到隻眼嘅，係咪？睇唔睇到啊 ，Benna？ 睇唔睇到隻眼啊？睇唔到。Benna， 我哋坐呢隻船好唔好啊？好唔好啊？正唔正呢隻船？我哋去游離斯湖坐呢隻船啊！Benna， 影相快！
I see a bug, Daddy.
I know, I can see the bug. 等上船啊！大太陽啊！準備上船啊！
得未啊？
你試下問下船長，我哋開得船未啊？我哋上咗船啦，呢度。啲人上緊船啊！好早我哋好早排隊啊！不如望住呢度啊 ，Benna 望住呢度啊，爹哋想睇下，你可唔可以同我揮個手啊？我哋而家去邊度？坐咩船啊？我哋去睇乜嘢啊
The monster.
Yeah, are you excited? Don't get eaten. I think you'll be eaten because you are a baby. They love to eat baby.
No, they have to eat bigger human because 有多啲肉啊。
Because they love to eat baby because it's juicy.
Oh, no, they have to eat you because here I got your own.
我哋有隻狗狗一齊坐船啊！
Most of what I do is constitutional.
Loch Ness. Your safety is of paramount importance to us, so please give the following announcement your full attention. Please listen carefully to the following announcement. It is for your safety and well-being on board. In the main saloon, please note the normal exits. There are also emergency exits on either side of the vessel. The ship has a life jacket for everyone on board. They are adjustable to most sizes. We also have life jackets dedicated to large persons and small children. They are stored around the ship, kept with the life jacket symbol. We also have open inflatable life rafts. In an emergency, the crew would launch these or they can float free. Do not attempt to use them until instructed. Around the decks are a number of lifebuoys. Should anyone fall overboard, throw one in.
Across the heart of the Highlands of Scotland. It joins Inverness on Scotland's east coast with Fort William on Scotland's west coast. A total distance of 60 miles coast to coast. Just coming up on your left-hand side, this is a good salmon fishing river, and the Atlantic salmon will swim up through there, and the guys there will be fishing and trying to catch the Atlantic salmon. We don't allow any fishing on us. Napoleon at the time. Napoleon was the Emperor of France, was conquering all of Europe ahead of himself, and the British government was worried he had Britain in his sights next. So they wanted the Royal Navy fleet to be able to patrol up and down the North Sea, the English Channel, to keep an eye on Napoleon, but they wanted them to get an easy, safe route across to the trade routes to the Americas as well, across the Atlantic Ocean. Before the canal was built, boats would have to sail. It's 350 miles from Inverness up around the north coast of Scotland and down the west side to get back down to Inverness. You might have seen the hotel, the Glenmore Hotel, just means the Great Glen. And this is a huge geological fault line that splits Scotland clean in two, and it creates a low-level route coast to coast. Just speak for those facing forwards. On your right-hand side, We have Dochgarroch coming up. That's the bright yellow building. You're just looking at the gable end of the building, the short elevation of the building. The full size of the house stretches away at 90 degrees from us. Dochgarroch is the ancestral home of the Bailey family. The Baileys have been on this site for almost 600 years. They were first granted the lands all the way back in the year 1440. And after that there's two more lochs, Loch, and then the loch they named when they ran out of names for lochs. Loch Lochy, the lockiest loch in all of Scotland. We won't get as far as Loch or Loch Lochy today, but we will get to see Loch Ness as well as this Loch Dochgarroch here. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes peace now to enjoy. Southwest, which is into the prevailing wind, and if you're in a narrow channel in a sailing boat trying to make headway, simply can't be done. So they would attach ropes to the front of the boat. The ropes would be attached to horses, and the horses would walk down the tow path, towing the boats behind them. Once they got to the open waters of Loch Ness, they would drop the ropes, hoist the sails, and they could tack across the wind to make progress. It was built by the canal's engineer Thomas Telford when he built the canal, using a design previously used for toll houses. But it wasn't a toll house, there was no money collected here. You'll notice he modified the design. As we go past the building, on the upper floor, there is a small bay window sticking out, facing towards Loch Ness, painted green. And it's at that window that a light was lit for 150 years, because this is the Bonner Lighthouse, one of only two inland lighthouses in Scotland. You'll notice an unusual feature of that little window. There's a chimney sticking out of the top of it. That's because the light was a paraffin lamp, and this was the lighthouse keeper's bedroom, and they complained of being choked from the fumes of the paraffin lamp as they slept at night, so they had to install a chimney into that little bay window. It's no longer an active lighthouse. The lights are now on the metal pole at the bottom of the garden, and they're no longer paraffin. They're electric, because yes, even here in the Highlands we've got that there electricity. Only for about the last 50 years, fair enough, at the Bonner Lighthouse, but for the last 50 years it's been electric lights rather than the paraffin lamp. It's now actually also a holiday let, and what an incredible location they have for that accommodation, because looking out now, stretching out ahead of them for 23 miles.
Isn't it beautiful? We did when we went all the way down to the hotel. Oh, thank you. You're okay. There we go.
On your left-hand side now, you're going to get a very short window of opportunity to see the only inhabited castle on the shores of Loch Ness. This is Owldowry Castle. Owldowry Castle is 400 years old this year, built in 1626. It was extensively remodelled in the Victorian period in the fashion of the time, which is the Scots baronial style of castle with all the towers and the turrets that Disney think you should always fit into a castle. He stole the idea from us rather than the other way around. The castle itself now is owned by the Danish clothing billionaire. It's one of his 12 Highland estates. This one is just a few hundred acres of beautiful woodland and parkland adjacent to the shores of Loch Ness. But in total he's got 12 estates with more than 250,000 acres of land here in the Highlands of Scotland, which makes him Scotland's largest private landowner, as well as our wealthiest person living here. If you fancy living the lifestyle of a Danish clothing billionaire, you can do. I'm going to offer you the opportunity, because it can't be everywhere all at once. 14 bedrooms. If that's not big enough for you, he's got extra cottages in the grounds that you can rent as well. It comes with its own butler, it comes with its own chef and full staff, but the base price doesn't include your food. You need to negotiate your food on top of the base price. And the base price, well, you better have some deep pockets because it'll set you back in the region of £35,000.
Here, Loch Ness, trying to find Nessie. I find her, I'll bring her home to you. Love you. Bye.
呢度就係可以嗌嘢。好唔好飲啊？留翻啲俾婆婆知唔知？係啊，飲一半俾婆婆知唔知
？On a hot sunny day where the air temperature is 20 degrees or more, because then you're jumping from 20 degrees centigrade into 6 degrees, a shock to the system. And fellas, you're not going to look your best. Yeah. Don't be Instagramming those photographs when you're waters of the Loch. Do I have any English volunteers on board today? Anybody from England who's willing to help out right now? Okay, because all they need is an English volunteer to swim ahead of the boat for about 2 miles. When they get to that point, they'll be at the to bring me all of their water. I mean all of their fresh water, every single drop of fresh water. I would like to point out something that you can all definitely see on your right-hand side now. So on your right-hand side, as well as our sister ship, the Jacobite Warrior, just behind them now, you will see the ruins of Dochgarroch Castle.
Yeah, that's where we were.
There's evidence of a settlement on the site of Dochgarroch Castle dating all the way back to the Pictish period. Dochgarroch Castle sits as a ruin on the shores of Loch Ness. And it's actually been a ruin for a very long time in force. A rebel force coming down the Great Glen looking to attack the castle. The government troops were a long way away from reinforcements, and they didn't want to become cut off in the castle. So they made a decision to retreat. But they didn't want the castle to fall into the hands of the Jacobites, where it would be a useful stronghold for them. So they made the decision, as it's said to be more than 100 miles an hour, and the waves on the Loch 13 feet high. That was enough to demolish a 5-story stone tower with 10-foot thick walls. Certainly wasn't a day for being out sailing, unlike today. But you see the beautiful ruins of the castle there on your left-hand side.
準備去停喺 castle 嗰度啊！
我哋去 castle 啊？
唔係，我哋喺度睇 castle 咯。睇下，跟住我哋要坐翻船過去㗎啦。
係咪就係入去嗰啲 castle 睇啲嘢？
我哋唔入嘅，我哋喺度船度等。
你講咩啊？
喺船對面等，唔落去嘅。
即係咩啊？
我哋唔落去嘅。
點解？
係啊。
應該就。
婆婆，你除咗頂帽啊？係啦。 啲人喺 Castle 落船呢度。
It's warm right now. It's a little chilly.
Must be beautiful. They said it's one of the best days they've ever seen.
¿Quién se está más abajo? Brandon， 你 show 俾我睇邊度上船嘅？
呢度。
跟住去到邊度啊？
去到呢度。
去到 Number 9個 castle 就係 Number 9。
呢度到呢度。
係啦，跟住就翻去嗰度，係啦。Brandon，
我哋頭先由呢度到呢度。
Brandon， 暫時咧，你喺船上邊咧最 enjoy 係乜嘢啊？
Chocolate。
Always yummy food 係咪啊？你唔 enjoy 同我多喺度對望啊 ？enjoy 啊？
Ness cruises. I'm going to let you enjoy the last few minutes as we head down the canal back to Dochgarroch in peace. But on behalf of your skipper Andrew, your crew of Ronan and Holly, and myself, Ewan, and everyone at Jacobite, thanks for sailing us with us today. It's been great to have you with us. Love to see you again. So haste you back. Thank you.
你使唔使餐艇啊？使唔使餐艇啊？
Daddy, do you know some uchi looks like this? A red uchi. They don't have spikes. Some uchi don't have spikes.
Uchi.
Yeah, fish like this.
What kind of fish is this? Và 介紹食咩先？一個熱湯加三文治。哦 ，OK。我俾食 mac and cheese。
Where did the wall get that?
呢個就係 roasted beef 牛肉。好唔好食啊？好唔好食啊？好唔好食呢間嘢？好食係咪啊？